Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Tuesday expressed that U.S. President Joe Biden will visit Tel Aviv on Wednesday to show fortitude with individuals of Israel in the midst of endeavors to facilitate a spiraling compassionate fiasco in Gaza escalate. Blinken additionally featured the headway made in persuading the U.S. partner to permit helpful guide into Gaza Strip. The top U.S. ambassador met Israeli top state leader Benjamin Netanyahu, who has promised to annihilate Hamas, for more than 9 hours at the Protection Service. The contention interfered firsthand on the discussions as air alarms sounded. Blinken, Netanyahu and helpers took cover in a shelter for 5 minutes, with holding up columnists guided down a flight of stairs, before the U.S.-supported Iron Vault framework obliterated the approaching rocket, AFP detailed. Talking at 3:00 on Tuesday, 0 GMT, Blinken declared that Biden, who has spoken in profound terms of help for Israel, would visit on Wednesday. The president will reaffirm U.S. fortitude with Israel and our ironclad obligation to its security, Blinken said. Israel has the right and to be sure the obligation to guard its kin from Hamas and different psychological militants and to forestall future assaults, Blinken said. Biden will hear a direct record of Israel's tactical necessities and work with Congress to satisfy them, Blinken said. Public Safety Gathering Representative John Kirby said in Washington that Biden would make a trip forward to Jordan to see Lord Abdullah II, a key U.S. accomplice, as well as Palestinian pioneer Mahmoud Abbas and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Blinken met each of the 3 chiefs on a 6-country swing through the Bedouin world in the 3 days between 2 visits to Israel. Safeguard priest Yoav Courageous on Monday said thanks to the U.S. for its help, which has likewise incorporated a visit by Guard Secretary Lloyd Austin and the organization of 2 U.S. plane-carrying warships to the Mediterranean. Try to keep your hat on, Mr. Secretary. This will be a long conflict. The cost will be high. Yet we will win for Israel, for the Jewish public and for the qualities that the 2 nations trust in, Chivalrous told Blinken. Creating help plan for Gaza regular citizens. Israel announced battle on Hamas after its contenders destitute through the vigorously sustained line and killed in excess of 1,400 individuals, the vast majority of them regular people. Israel has answered with persevering besieging, leaving in excess of 2,700 Palestinians martyred, the larger part being regular people and youngsters, in the ruined Gaza Strip which it has long barricaded. Blinken, as Biden, has promised steadfast help for Israel and avoided squeezing for a truce. Notwithstanding, Blinken's assistants recognized that he additionally heard wide worry in the Bedouin world over individuals of ruined Gaza, which is controlled by Hamas. Blinken said that Israel vowed to work with the U.S. on allowing in unfamiliar help. He said the different sides consented to foster an arrangement on unfamiliar help. Authorities didn't set a course of events yet expected David Satterfield, a veteran previous U.S. diplomat who began a new position Monday organizing helpful guide, to iron out subtleties. Biden desires to hear from Israel how it will direct tasks in a manner limits non-military personnel losses and empowers philanthropic help to stream to regular people in Gaza in a way that doesn't help Hamas, Blinken said. He said the different sides were talking about the chance of making regions to assist with keeping regular people out of danger. The Rafah line going among Gaza and Egypt has been shut notwithstanding U.S. endeavors, with drivers unfortunate that Israel will strike them for doubts they are helping Hamas, which gets weapons carried from Iran's administrative state. Blinken said the U.S. shared Israel's interests about Hamas and would make a move on the off chance that it stops or redirects help. The Biden organization prior convinced Israel to re-establish waters somewhat after prior promises by Israeli pioneers to remove all water, food and energy following the assaults. A great many Israelis dislodged. Around 500,000 Israelis have been cleared and uprooted in the 10 days since Hamas released the bloodiest assault in the nation's set of experiences, the Israeli military said Tuesday. There are about a portion of 1 million inside dislodged Israelis at that point, Jonathan Conricus, representative for the Israel Protection Powers, IDF, said in a web-based preparation. He called attention to that all networks around the Gaza Strip had been cleared, as had in excess of 20 networks along Israel's northern boundary with Lebanon, AFP revealed. The clearings follow the merciless amazement assault by Hamas warriors, who got through the intensely invigorated verge on October 7 and killed a larger number than 1,400 Israelis, the vast majority of them regular citizens. It was the most awful assault in the country's 75-year history. Israel's constant series of retaliatory airstrikes in the Gaza Strip have leveled areas, martyring more than 2,700, the greater part of them Palestinian regular people including countless kids. More than 1 million individuals have been dislodged inside the thickly populated Palestinian area, as Israel gets ready for an out-and-out ground hostile against Hamas. Israel's military has likewise been clearing inhabitants living along its northern line with Lebanon, in the midst of rising pressures with Hezbollah. An Israeli non-military personnel and a military official were killed Sunday in rocket assaults from Lebanon, and the military did retaliatory strikes and went after the gathering's framework. The move influences huge number of individuals living in 28 networks. Many had previously left the region after rehashed cross-line fire as of late has guaranteed lives on the two sides of the UN-watched line among Lebanon and Israel which remain in fact at war.